Alright, what's up and welcome to the green drake tying tutorial. So I'm going to start this cool fluorescent yellow thread here. It looks kind of like a lime green color when you get some green going on the fly. So I'm going to start the fly with just this same emerger yarn off the tail. Same one as the brown drake. That's a pretty good length there. Just going to trim a few of the longer ones. And then wrap that up a little bit. So the green drake is a pretty thick, stout, beefy, whatever you want to call it, mayfly. So we're going to build it accordingly. I'm going to start a piece of foam here toward the back. It's a little bit thicker than the brown drake was, something like that there. And we're going to be a little bit more coarse with the dubbing along the body, and just add a little bit more diameter to the green drake than the brown drake. Just going to build up a little bit of thread here. And with the green drake, I'm actually going to wrap the dubbing backwards. I'm going to start here. And I'm going to take the dubbing back, and I'm going to give it some kind of more regular spaced, like defined ribbing along the body over the top of the dubbing with this bright thread. And then I'll show you what we'll do with the foam. A little bit different than the brown drake. Again, just trying to match a little bit of a thicker profile. So this can go on pretty coarse. This is a hare's ear dubbing that you've got here. And the color's really, really nice on it. It's kind of got this darker green base to it with these sort of lighter colored guard hairs that stick out. And it's a really good blend of colors for this bug. And we're going to do a little bit of trimming on this after the dubbing's on there, so it's fine to look how it looks now. Just get a little more on there. Great. Okay. Give this just a little trim. Might add some more dubbing toward the front as I move back forward. Get that thread out of the way there, don't want to cut that. Yeah, and this is a little thicker in the back versus the front than I'd like, so I'm going to add a little more to the front as I go forward. Again, this doesn't have to be trimmed perfectly, because we want a little bit of body. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start about right here and take several wraps in the same place until I can start to see a band of thread show up. About like that. And then I'm going to move to the top of the fly where the foam's going to be covering up, move one segment over, and keep going with another one. Maybe a little less of a distance there. Make about the same size of a band there. Same thing. Move forward. And this last one here, I'm just going to make a couple and leave it a little thinner, and I'll show you why toward the end of this fly. So we're just going to leave it at that. Let's see, I said I was going to put a little more dubbing here, and I think I'm still going to. Just thicken that up a little bit. Just take one wrap right in the middle of it there, maybe another one, just kind of mark it. Awesome. And then advance. Trim a few of these down. I'm going to tighten up the trimming on the back here, just to kind of emphasize that taper a little bit more. Great. Alright, so I'm going to take this foam to about right there, make one wrap a little bit further ahead so that I'm not cutting the foam. Give it a stretch and a cut, tie it down there. I'm just going to move this back a little bit. Alright. Let's tie in the yarn for the wing now. So I'm going to take about twice the length I need, so about that much is plenty. I'll just double that. Got that, and then take that segment, cut it in half there like that. And then just double up on those two pieces. And tie that in right here. About to right there, just in front of the eye. Alright. Bring this back a little bit. Give that a cut right here. I'm going to add a little bit of dubbing on the front here. I'll actually tie in the hackle first. I'll just get it on the thread and then I'll tie in the hackle. So this is a chartreuse dyed grizzly cape from Metz, and the color's just absolutely perfect for a green drake imitation. That's what we're giving you with this kit here. All these materials are a really, really great color match for the green drake. We're super excited about this one, what we've been able to put together for it. And then this pattern has fished so well for me. It's caught, I keep saying this, it's caught big fish and it's caught big picky fish. And it's really passed the test of a green drake pattern. And just like the brown drake, this green drake cripple style is it might be all you need during a green drake hatch. This chartreuse thread here, the I guess yellow thread here, it gives a really cool segmentation along this kind of darker olive section here. If you look at a green drake mayfly, they've got this really cool like kind of yellowish segmentation to their abdomen, and this is a great imitation of it. So built up a little bit more diameter there on the thorax with this dubbing. I'll just leave it at that there. Then I'm going to park the thread here. That's where I'll finish the hackle. And then I'll just wrap, starting here and going forward. Just a really great, like a lime green color to it here. These colors come together so nicely when it's all done. Alright, and then I'll finish that just on the front here. Get some of these guys out of the way. I'll take a wrap in front. One more wrap behind. A couple more in front there. Trim that. I'm going to whip finish right here on the front. Give this wing a little trim. About there is great. And it's not super necessary. I didn't show you on the brown drake, but you can just give this a little comb. This is a Stonfo kind of comb Velcro combination tool. Just to kind of blend those two pieces. Probably didn't even need that. So I'm also going to make a cut on this hackle underneath the fly. Just kind of get it all sitting where it wants to there. And then just make a cut right here. Little V cut in the bottom. Make sure that it sits right on the water. Alright, and that's looking great. Now one last step here. We're going to come in on that spot where I told you to kind of leave some room, about right there. I'm going to start the thread again. And try and keep it as tight as you can. Just a wrap in front, a wrap behind. Then we'll get some rubber legs. And tie these in. And this will trap some of the hackle. We can fix that. a few wraps just to keep it in there. Even them out a little bit. Give this a cut just to see where they want to go. That looks great. Alright, so we got a nice thick profile there. The color's perfect. We've got that kind of segmentation there in the abdomen. We could even trim this dubbing a little more here to show that off. And I'm just going to whip finish this. Right here. Maybe just 3 there. Definitely be easier to trim the legs before you do that. Trim those right now. About right there. And then I'll just kind of grab these hackle fibers that got trapped in there. I tied in these legs pretty far forward on this fly. You could even leave one segment back, maybe like this segment. You could leave that one a little sparser, wrap up to here, make this a full one, continue the fly, and then come back and tie in the legs right here. That'd also be great. Might give you a little more room to work with. Make sure things pulled out here. And one last step, just for durability's sake, I'm going to put a little bit of glue where those legs meet the foam and all the thread. Sort of a vulnerable spot there for the fly. So we're going to go right there and right there. Get it out of the hackle there. Great. All right. And there's a green drake cripple. Awesome, awesome pattern.